Hello, 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 people. Happy Wednesday. It's Nikki and Les. So today, how fortunate are we that, that we broadcast on Wednesdays and today's inauguration day. So we have history in the White House with the first female of color vice president. So I'm super happy and ecstatic about that. Hey, Chef Todd, we've been missing you, man. Where you been? Thanks for joining us.
Happy New Year.
And happy anniversary. He's been married, 21 years, Todd, I think. So history was made today, and I was extremely happy this morning when I saw 45 rolling out. I cannot tell you how long I have waited for that scene that carried out today. No! Are you doing okay? Let me know how you're doing. Let us know how you're doing. I was just super happy that the trash took itself out today. That's how I felt. Also, I felt that he was really pathetic. I think that's the word I settled on. He says, but I'm better now. Yay! And thanks. And yes, 21 years. Awesome. I'm very, very glad to hear that you're feeling better.
Yeah, man.
Because Rona has been going around. My timeline has been like, woo, people with Rona. So I'm glad you're on the mend. But I felt that what he did this morning was really pathetic. It's just all about him instead of the country and the country that he claims that he loves. And it reminds me of an abusive relationship. When the man is beating the crap out of you, but he tells you that he loves you, but he keeps beating the mess out of you. And that's just what these last 4 years have felt like. It felt like, we've been getting beat, but he keeps saying, but I love you, but you keep beating us. So it's nice that we're divorced now.
I was never married to him, so I don't know.
Listen, you a part of America, right? So there was a lot of, my timeline was filled with a lot of chucks and pearls today, because that is Kamala's two of her favorite things.
Let me jump in.
Jump.
I like the fact that Nikki and I are very agreeable, even though we don't always have the same point of view, right? But we have enough respect for one another to acknowledge one of each other's, points of view and perspectives. But all that chucks and pearls, that's garbage. That's bandwagon stuff, man. Come on now. Come on. That's not what you were saying yesterday, Nikki.
No, I'm getting ready. I was getting ready to say I'm not, and I know I'm gonna catch some flack for this, but I'm not on that. I'm not on that bandwagon. I'm just not a bandwagon person. I understand why the AKAs. I understand why they're doing it. I have family members that are AKAs. I have good friends that are AKAs. So I'm not Greek. I'm not going to pretend that I know what that feels like. So I understand their support in that. That part I do understand. I'm just not a bandwagon person.
What are they supporting?
They're supporting their soror, their sister. I mean, but wait. In all fairness, though, when Starbucks, I think the new CEO, she was a soror. So they did the same thing for her. So whenever there is a soror, I believe of color, I could be wrong, I don't know. And if I am, I apologize. Like I said, I'm not Greek. They tend to rally behind, that soror. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. My argument or issue is not with the fact that they are Greek. It's the fact that it's bandwagon stuff. I mean, I look, listen. I'm waiting for the day that this administration does something and folks are looking at them with their mouth wide open, like I can't believe that they did this to us.
This might be, in my opinion, the one time that bandwagon is cool. It's just a breath of fresh air. I get it.
I get
mean,
it.
I know you and I talked yesterday, Les, and after our conversation, I thought about it some more. And just reading the posts and stuff today, it gives little girls hope. I mean, this is a woman of color in the second highest position in the land. It's never been done before. So, I mean,
But why? I mean, in the year 2020, right? You see more Black people being appointed to positions of Major League female baseball coaches. 2020, right? 2020. Nah, hope. You know how I feel about that word hope.
yeah.
Viable solution.
You don't like it. I know. But I am hopeful. Wrong word with you. I'm hopeful, god dang it. I'm sticking to what I'm saying. I am hopeful that this administration will stick to what they ran on about transparency, about not forgetting about blacks, because he said that in Delaware after he was confirmed. And
Do you think he's going to stick to his word?
I hope so. Everyone keeps talking about the fact that he is a very trustworthy person. I mean, the Biden word is bond. I just been listening to the news. I'm just saying what people who have worked. He's been in the Senate for over 30 years, 36 years.
He's also the one that was running partners with Strom Thurmond.
Okay, but listen, people can learn from their mistakes, can they not? My thing is, I'm giving him a chance. That's what I'm doing. Giving him a chance. Right now, he has done nothing.
Period.
He just got in.
He's been in. He was the VP.
Yes, but really, but he wasn't the president.
But what I'm saying, he was the VP, right? Was he not the one that initiated the 3-strike bill?
I don't know.
Yes, he was. Listen.
Well, hold up. Obama was still president. So let's not forget that. So you can't get on him if he initiated 3-strike bill. Obama was president, right?
He initiated this bill before Obama was even the president, was even thought about. This was years ago.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. So wait.
I'm saying, so,
Thank you, Elena. Exactly. I feel safer with Biden as a president than I did Trump. And Todd says, end of the day, politics are politics. This country still wasn't built for us. The system ain't for us. And this dude is old guard. Well, my thing is, yes. We'll see what Kamala does.
Nothing.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not, because
I'm
the type of person, I start everybody out up here. You have to earn your way down. I'm not the other way around. I am a half full glass kind of thinker.
Oh, so if you're in a relationship and your man comes home and smacks you, right? He's gone from 100 points to 90 points.
No, he's gone from here to here in a nanosecond.
So where's here to here? Is here gone?
Of course. Okay. So
somebody said something.
Alana, new people doing new things. We won't be able to, I won't be able to pull that up till afterwards.
Can you text that to me? I'll look it up right quick if you don't mind, please.
Yeah, text it to Les, Elena, please. I'm just saying that we've got someone who is taking the virus seriously and will have an actual true task force and not just in name only to get things done, to get federal mask mandates done. That's one of the things that he's signing into executive order today. So I feel positive about that. I think that once the virus is under control, things will start to get, and we get some type of normalcy back in our lives, things will start feeling better. Okay, so I can't get her name together today. Elena says the headline, Maryland House Speaker to unveil a Black agenda focused on health, wealth, home ownership. This is what I'm saying. My thing is, I'm giving them a chance. I'm not going to doubt them right out the gate. I'm just not. I'm going to be optimistic and hopeful. I think that this country and this past year has gone through, let me rephrase that. I think a lot of people woke the fuck up. Let's put it that way. I know that some of us have been yelling certain things from the rooftop for years, and it has fallen on deaf ears. But I think in 2020, the wax was cleared out of some folks' ears. And I think that the insurrection 2 weeks ago, which we knew it was building up. The chatter, just, Charlottesville, it was bound to happen. They have not been quiet about the fact that there was going to be a civil war and this, that, and the other. The thing that I found very interesting is that we don't have domestic terror laws. And I was like, okay, hang on. So Todd says everything Kamala does will be all uphill. No easy way for her. Just watch. She's a Black woman playing in an old white man's playground. It's going to be sad. Won't be from lack of effort, but lack of support. And I hope that that's not the case. That last part. I hope that she gets a wealth of support.
She's not going to get a lot of support from Black people. Excuse me, Black men. I
heard that about her on the trail.
Based on her track record with Black men, and I don't care what people say, right? If you're not a Black man, you can't understand. You can't connect with this. And I'm not saying that every Black man that she locked up was innocent.
Right.
But when evidence was given to her and she still refused, see, I have a problem with that. I have a major problem with that. But let me say this. In a culture of dependency, every crumb appears as progress.
Oh.
Peter Brown.
Don't hurt him today.
Peter Brown said that.
Don't hurt him today. Don't hurt him today. I don't know if they're ready for that.
Every crumb appears as progress. Listen, they gave us Kamala Harris, right? Who was getting her butt kicked in the primary. You understand what I'm saying? So all of a sudden, what did they do? You know what? And I don't want to come across as being negative. I don't know her personally. So what I'm saying, it's not personal. If she invited me to come sit down and have a conversation with her, I would, right?
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I'm not, she hasn't done anything to me personally. But I think when it comes down to dealing with not just Black people, but with the American population, period, they go after. It's like a Vegemite sandwich. You know what a Vegemite sandwich is?
Nope.
All right. We need to do a giveaway. You know what I'm saying? For the first person that can call in or text in and tell us what a Vegemite sandwich is, we'll send them 2 black Spasm buttons if they haven't already got one. You know. Then we visit this. Are you looking at Vegemite?
Nope. My daughter is texting me. I'm letting her know I'm doing the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just that, you know, we're to the point now where I'm to the point now where it's hard to believe these folks, man. You know, I mean, I put it to you like this. I was talking to a dear friend of mine today, and I don't use the word friend that often.
Okay.
And she was like, I feel as though this was all a plan, because first Biden said he wasn't running, right? And then in the last minute, he changed his mind, right? And, you know, it's crazy what the DNC did to Bernie Sanders. You know, they kicked him to the curb. You know, maybe Bernie didn't have it in him to be the one that would get the popular vote over a Donald Trump per se.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think Donald Trump threw this election away. I think the election was his to keep. You know.
Listen, he could have come out as a shining star. When the pandemic hit, if he would have just taken the bull by the horns and led like a leader is supposed to lead, and we would not have as many deaths as we have now, and he didn't harp on mail-in ballots and this, that, and the other, he would have sailed in. Would have been, he had a perfect opportunity to show us who he really is, and he did just that. He showed us who he really was. He was not up to the task to lead. He is not a leader. A leader does not throw a hissy fit. A leader does not try to take recognition away, doesn't acknowledge the fact that he lost, never mention Joe Biden's name, and then it's all about him today, this morning. Are you kidding me? That's not what a leader does.
Right.
I don't care what color you are.
Right.
It should be country over self, not self over country. He's lived off of our tax dollars for the last 4 years. His wife has shopped on our dollar for the last 4 years. I'm glad they're gone. And his pitiful, piss poor kids wouldn't even allow the Secret Service, the people who were tasked to keep them safe, who were supposed to take a bullet for them, they wouldn't even allow them to use their bathroom. Are you kidding me? No.
Elena said, I feel safer with Biden as president than I did Trump. Right?
Yeah, and I agree with her. Because at the end of the day, Biden has been through some stuff. Okay, he's lost his son. He understands about the military. He respects the military.
He is a professional, and I'm not taking anything away from him. He's a professional politician. He's seasoned. He's been in the game for a long time.
So,
wintertime. Oh, I saw.
That's my daughter. Hello, mama. So she says, homeboy only pardoned the rappers because he was friends with their lawyer.
You know who he did not pardon?
Rudy.
Asada Shakur. And Mamiya Abu Jamal.
And his boy Rudy. I'm also glad he didn't pardon his kids, and I'm also glad he did not pardon himself. I did not want to hear that for the next God knows how many years. No, he didn't pardon Rudy. Nope.
Rudy.
Nope. He was like, you know what, Rudy? I got impeached for a second time. And I guess he thought Rudy was going to be a miracle worker. But this is what happens when you believe lies. And the truth will always prevail. He was getting shut down left and right in court. And as a lawyer, you can blow your client's head up all you want, but you can't go to court with BS. Because if you get sanctioned, you could possibly lose your license.
True, but I disagree with something you just said. You said the truth always prevails, right? Disagree.
Why?
Does it always prevail?
In the end, I believe it does. We might not be here to see it, but I believe it does.
Does it mean anything?
I mean,
let me ask you a question. Who do you feel safer with? Hold on one second, please.
What are you doing?
Little one was lost somewhere.
Oh.
Who do you feel safer with? Barack Obama or Joe Biden?
I would say equally.
Because keep in mind, I think a lot of people feel safer now because this country no longer, I don't use the word we, this country no longer has Donald Trump running the show. Okay? However,
I'm gonna put this back up because
yes,
I agree with Todd that at the end of the day, politics are politics. I don't care outside of Trump. I don't care who you are. Politics are politics. Everybody, it's a puppet. You know what I'm saying? Todd says in politics, it's not about the truth prevailing; it's whose truth prevails.
And there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Because keep in mind, we are looking for truth and justice. As Richard Pryor said, you go down to court and that's all you see is just us. You know what I'm saying? There is no justice. And the thing about it is, when you see people who are losing their mind, like, oh my God, we got a black vice president, it's a new hope. No, it's not. It's the change.
I didn't lose my mind. I was happy, but I was happy because for little girls, I was happy at what it represented, but I wasn't like, oh my God, I wasn't doing all that.
I mean, for little girls to want to ascribe to be the vice president of the United States, knowing that they have to be vetted, not only that, knowing that the way they go into it is not the way they come out of it. Keep in mind, the fact that we even had a black man as a president is suspect to me. It's like when Nelson Mandela, he spent 27 years locked up just to come out to be the president of South Africa? Nah, something fishy here. Something ain't right here.
Why do you say that?
It's not. Listen, you know what they say. If it appears to be, if it appears to be too good, it probably is. Do you play chess? Well, Chef Todd, he'll understand this. I just started playing chess, and I'm upset because I should have been playing chess, and I love it. So when I first started playing, not really understanding the game, to me, the most popular piece other than the queen and the king, the most popular piece, in my opinion, was the rook. Mm-hmm. Then I began to realize you play chess?
I used to.
Then I began to really understand the role that the knight played. Because the knight is the only one that moves in an L shape that can jump over folks. Mm-hmm. And if you position your knight correctly, you can get a person coming and going. Mm-hmm. Right? And I just lost my train of thought.
Where's Ken? He missed it.
So my thing is, man, I'm getting old. So my thing is, what I'm saying is that all of this is about positioning and understanding. That these folks are selected, not elected. Minister Farrakhan said it years ago when Barack Obama became the president. He said, understand that Barack Obama, President Obama, was not elected. He was selected. Because the same way he came out of nowhere is the same way Kamala Harris came out of nowhere. You know what? Talk to me.
I got a question.
Speak.
So, if they did away with the electoral college and it was truly the popular vote, would you feel the same way?
We are in the United Snakes of America. They're going to leave something as important as this open to the population.
That's why I said that we are not a true democracy.
We're not a democracy at all. It's a republic. As a matter of fact, it's a corporation. This is a corporation.
Yep.
You know? Throw the dog a bone. Knick knack, patty whack. I'll say throw the dog a bone. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's like all these little girls, it's like, you know, like, all right,
Chelsea in his house.
What's up, Chelsea? I gotta hop off of work. I wish I could stay. You're in my opinion, both right. There's genuine reason to be excited and hopeful, but stay skeptical and don't get comfortable.
Exactly, Chelsea. Exactly, Chelsea.
Don't get comfortable. You are absolutely right. And we've already got it comfortable. You know what I'm saying? We've already got it. We need to have that, you know, that mindset. Like, I know you, but I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm watching you. You know what I'm saying? You know, keep an eye on that person. But yeah, we have to, when kids, fathers was like, fathers when Barack Obama was running for president, he won. They were doing interviews and they was like, you know, when I told my little son, you can be president of the United States, you know, you can be anything you want to be, even the president of the United States. That is not true. There's an old adage that says that you can be anything that you want to be. That's not true. You can't be anything that you want to be, but you can be a whole lot more who you are. Everyone does not get to be the president of the United Snakes of America.
Okay, for those of y'all that want y'all to understand, he's saying the United Snakes of America, not states. Snakes. For KKK.
Anytime.
I need to break that down for people that have been like, what is he saying? That's how I say it. Sustained.
I'll put it to you like this. I'm going to put it to you like this. We don't need an apology for enslavement. You know what we need more than anything? We need to eradicate.
Yes.
Eradicate.
Yes.
Go back and eradicate. Because if you are capable as a people of enslaving another race of people, even to have that mindset that I'm going to go somewhere, recruit, not enroll, you know what I'm saying? Recruit some folks, use their folks against them to bring them back over here to be chattel slaves. If you can think of that, you can steal an election, you can rape kids, you can eat kids, you can do all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? In this United Snakes of America. Listen, hey, I watched House of Cards. I know what time it is. Yeah.
I'm done with you. I'm done with you. One thing I wanted to talk about was, let me plug my laptop in, is everybody jumped on, you know, the bandwagon with the pearls and the chucks and this, that, and the other. I have a question for those that jumped on that bandwagon. And my question is, how many of y'all are supporting Black businesses, small Black businesses? Now, I will say that the outfit that Kamala had on was a small Black business out of, I think it was New Orleans or Louisiana. They're small designers, and you know, she wore their outfit today, and I was like, yes, love it. So my thing is, everybody wants to get on this bandwagon, but how many of y'all out there are supporting small Black businesses, especially since the pandemic? People who have soaps and oils and this, that, and the other. How many of y'all are buying that? How many of y'all are supporting people like that, people like me who have a cake business. And I want to thank everybody.
What's the name
Don't
of
start. Don't start. People who have supported me and have ordered my cakes, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really do. But I just don't see the push to support small Black businesses. I just don't see it. So, you know, I believe she's such a see. That's my girl. I cannot wait to meet her in person and just give her a big hug. That's I would like to see more of that. I'd like to see us cheer for our own. And I love and appreciate that everyone that has purchased from me, they've posted, they shared, and I love it, and I thank you for it. And I found some this young lady, her daughter sells oils, so I will be purchasing oils from her daughter, and I'm shouting it out all over. We have to support our own. Because we're quick to support large white companies, but we're not quick to support our own people. And customer service is very important in any business. Okay. And I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it.
Don't hate it. Say it.
I've dealt with some Black companies or businesses, I should say, and customer service was horrible. And I'm like, what she says? And I tip well for services rendered. That's awesome. I'm the same way. But my thing is, if you're a small business, period, you gotta be on your A game, because you want repeat customers. You want your customers coming back. You want word of mouth and all of that, that type of free marketing. But don't catch an attitude. Don't or if I walk into your store, you're on the phone or you're on social media or whatever, and I got to stand there and be like, excuse me, can I get some help here? I don't care what color you are. That's the quickest way to lose me as a customer. Customer service is important and it's key. Customer service has to be a foundational principle. Let me tell y'all what I did. For to answer your question, let's know. For my customers for Christmas, my cakes went out with the post office. I sent my first batch out on December 8th, and some people got them last week, or the week before last, I believe. And so my deal was, I got you. What I did was, I said, however many cakes they purchased the first time, choose whatever flavor you want, and I sent them out on my dime this last week. So they got them in a timely manner, and now I've got customers for life. I believe in making it right, even though it was out of my control. My thing was, these people have never ordered from me before, and I want them to see who I am as a person. And that's what I would want as a company. If I order from a company and I get that it wasn't, that it wasn't in their control, but I reached out to them. I didn't even give them a chance to reach out to me. I reached out to them and was like, hey, this is what I'm going to do to make it right.
Right. So
customer service is important. It's key. I don't care what color you are. You need to have good customer service, especially if you are a small business, because you'll kill your business if it's not. And that's all I got to say on that.
I totally agree with you with the whole customer service aspect. And going back to how we got started with this, with Kamala Harris wearing an attire that was created and designed by a black-owned business. You know, the only thing that I'm leery about, not with her, is with the insurgent of black people now coming to the front. It's the year 2020. You know,
Mhm.
I look at it. I look at it like this: you've been in a relationship for 20 years, right? And this is how white America has treated black people. We've been in a relationship for 400 years. All of a sudden, they now want to come to us, and we recognize your value. We recognize what you bring to the table. We recognize your contribution. Hell, it's over. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're tired. We're at a place now where you have black people once again always coming to the rescue of saving white people in white America. Look at where we are in America right now, right? Look at where we are. You got other countries surpassing the United States of America in education. The moral standard has declined. And now it's going to take, and as Elena would say, it's going to take that old black magic, you know what I'm saying, for us to come back and bring this country back. So now you want to call on us? Now you want us to be in contact with the God force to tell us, you know, y'all Negroes go out there and pray, and hopefully God will hear our prayers, heal the land, you know?
Mhm.
So it's like now you're calling on us at 80, 90 years old, 50, I'm 51. You know what I'm saying? Look at all of this is happening. But I'm not surprised. My big concern is I got an 8-year-old child. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I got an 8-year-old child. She has to deal with the repercussions of this nonsense that's going on. What happens if we become a third world? Excuse me. What happens if the United States becomes a third world country in the next 15 years? Then what? You know, do you actually think that these other countries are going to be kind to us? Haiti, you know what I'm saying? Rwanda, you know, the fact that we turned out, excuse me, the fact, I got to stop saying we, the fact that the Clinton administration turned its back on Rwanda, that wasn't on purpose. You know, so that's where I am with that. And now you got, keep in mind, we've always had black people in prominent positions. Colin Powell,
Mhm.
Clarence Thomas. Hey, you said it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but this ain't the first time. Your daughter said China's economy is about to surpass America's. You're right. I was working at Johnson and Murphy, right? Now watch this. These Chinese came into the store. Chinese men came into the store, bought up a whole bunch of stuff. And you know what their comment was? We're adding to your economy. That's deep. That's deep.
Mm.
Yeah, you are, but right now you're adding to my commission.
You stupid.
But you know, and that's my whole big beef with all of this. We are in this, excuse me, this country is in trouble. It's been in trouble, right? It's going to take that old Negro spiritual, you know what I'm saying? And black folks, and should we do it? Because if we had a chance, if all of a sudden they said, okay, we can either, black people, you guys could either come into an agreement with white people to save the planet, or excuse me, save the United States of America, or you guys can say, hell, you know, let the chips fall where they may. How many black people do you know will say, hell, let the chips fall where they may? And then we walk away from this without a sense of smoke on us whatsoever.
Lana says, I wouldn't want to live in China, though human rights is an even large issue there.
And it's about to happen here.
Well, one thing that I do hope this administration tries to tackle is the police brutality against blacks in this country. And on that, I have some. See, you just being disruptive. I have some statistics that I want to show. Black Americans are killed at a much higher rate than white Americans. Although half of the people shot and killed by police are white, Black Americans are shot at a disproportionate rate. They account for less than 13% of the U.S. population, but are killed by police at more than twice the rate of white Americans. Hispanic Americans are also killed by police at a disproportionate rate. And here is a chart so that you can see. The rate at which Black Americans are killed by police is more than twice as high as the rate for white Americans. Look at that. And then most victims are young and male. An overwhelming majority of people shot and killed by police are male, over 95%. More than half the victims are between the ages of 20 and 40 years old. Another graph so that you can see it. Who said something? Todd said, man, this country has been in trouble since the King of England threw the damn towel in. If you haven't had a chance to watch the movie American Skin, you need to. It was written by Nate Parker, who is the lead character in the movie. He directed it. It's a Spike Lee joint. And we got charts now. I see you, Nick. Thanks, Darius. I want to show you guys a clip from the movie. So it's like 1:20. So hang on to your seats.
Hey.
Where are you?
I'm at City Hall. I know what you're gonna say, but
Are you okay? Is anybody hurt? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Everybody's fine.
Okay, well, it's all over social media and the news. They have not mentioned your name yet, but it's just a matter of time, baby. But if you just give up now,
I'm not.
Listen, you are all I have that connects me to KJ.
Somebody gotta pay for what they did to him. All right? What they did to our son. Why we gotta do it peacefully? Huh? Why are we the only people in this country that are expected to do things without violence? You know what white people do when they're crossed? They kill people. They don't march. They don't do protests. They don't ask for permission. They don't ask no questions. They react with force. I served, I know. I know how it goes. For everybody except us. We're the only people expected to take it on the cheek and take it on the other cheek and then walk it off.
Look at me.
When I tell y'all that movie is powerful, man. So the premise of the movie is that his son was with him and was shot and killed in front of him by the police. And he goes on his own style of justice. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. It's actually on Prime and YouTube. I think it's like $6.99 to watch. But I felt that particular clip was appropriate because of what happened 2 weeks ago. He said when white people get angry, they turn violent. And that's exactly what we saw with that insurrection. The movie, to me, my heart was literally pounding the entire movie. I'm generally an emotional person, and I generally cry when I watch movies like that. And I was actually surprised that I didn't cry, but I was on edge the entire movie because you could feel this man's pain. You could understand where he was coming from. You could understand why he did what he did. And listen, it's a movie. It's a must see. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it, Les, but it is definitely a must see. And that's one thing that I hope and pray that this administration can tackle. I want them to take that immunity away from police officers. They need to start being held accountable. Because when you have no consequence, why should you stop doing what you're doing?
Right.
When you're not held accountable, you can keep doing it. Oh, I can kill somebody. I'm not going to be held accountable. I'm not going to jail. I mean, heck, they're going to drop the charges against me. There's no accountability for this. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Why are you quiet, Les? What you thinking about?
Unfortunately, white supremacy is a part of America. You know, white supremacy started years ago.
I can't hear you. Speak up.
White supremacy started years ago.
Yeah.
White supremacy started when they felt the need to extract black people from their own homeland and bring them over to this country. This country is based on white supremacy.
Is it? I don't hear the echo. Hold on, Atlanta. Keep talking.
I heard it earlier.
You did? All right, hold on.
What about now? Okay, I don't hear it anymore. But this country was based in white supremacy. Can I read that?
Yep.
In their history, they cannot effectively communicate how they feel, so they choose violence. Plus, they have people with money on their side who can pay someone to get them off. Yeah. So, hoping and wishing that, I'd like to give a shout out to Jermaine Randolph. This is a cat, very informative. You know, very informative.
Welcome to the show, Jermaine.
Yeah, so hopefully he'll be joining us. But yeah, Jermaine actually introduced me to Peter Brown, basically when I said the quote earlier. So
if Jermaine has a if he can shoot his email address, we can have him come in now.
Okay, I don't know where he is with that, but yeah. The challenge is we can't get out of white supremacy, you know, until they go back and eradicate. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do, you know. Even when you become the president of this country, you are initiated into white supremacy.
Okay, Jermaine. Thank you.
You understand what I'm saying?
I do, but
you said, but
doesn't accountability start? It has to start somewhere. Some type of accountability. I mean, if a cop shoots someone and he realizes that he's going to go to jail, maybe the next cop will think twice before being fearful for his life when someone is running away from him, before he shoots a black man in his back.
If history is repeating itself like it always does, right? What's the difference in the police now versus the police of back in the day when they were hunting down and killing black people?
I understand that. But what I'm saying is they weren't held accountable then, and they're not being held accountable now.
They're not going to be held accountable because history is repeating itself.
That's some bullshit. It needs to fucking change.
You're right. I agree with you, but it's not going to change. And just because you throw a black woman, into the mix, right? Indian and black, to be honest with you. Indian Jamaican, to be honest with you. Just because you throw a male in the situation who has a African father and a white mother doesn't change anything. You ever seen the movie I Think I Love My Wife with Chris Rock and what's up?
No, I didn't see that. I'm not a Chris Rock fan, so no.
Okay. I'm getting an echo.
Are you still getting it?
Testing. A little bit.
Hold on. Okay, try it again.
Testing.
You still getting it?
Just a little bit.
Jesus. Okay, go ahead.
Chef Todd said.
Seth Todd said, if you think for one damn second accountability is gonna held up by the system and the people of government. I know. I can only hope, y'all. That's all that I'm saying. It's just.
But we're going back to that word hope, and hope is not a viable solution. Remember, we played the clip about 6 sessions ago. Where hope is not a viable solution. Barack Obama ran off the campaign of hope. It got us nowhere. But back to the movie. Chris Rock and what's her name? She played in Scandal. What's her name? Scandal.
Oh, Kerry Washington.
Kerry Washington. Chris Rock is a married man. He's hanging out with Kerry Washington. She blew his mind, got him caught up in a whole bunch of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So me and Elena will have to talk after this one. So he was messing up at work. So his boss brings him into a conference room and he puts a quarter down onto the conference room table. And he says to him, this is your contribution, which was the quarter, up against the whole contribution of the conference room table. You understand what I'm saying? You give us a black president here, and you give us a black vice president there, and you give us a person like Clarence Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Even Colin, you gave us Colin Powell, right? They're not going to think twice, even if they're right, because there is no accountability with them. What is accountability? Hope may not be a viable solution, but neither fatalism. Yeah, we're going to be talking on this. Listen. But can you go back to what Chef Todd said? Fatalism is closer to reality than hope. Just my opinion. Got some dialogue jumping off in this piece. Your turn, Elena. He hit you with 100 miles an hour.
Okay, so let me ask the people that are on. So hypothetically speaking, they take the immunity away from cops. Cop kills a black person, gets convicted, gets indicted, gets convicted for 20 years. And it happens 3-4 times in a row. What do you all think? Because Carlin said that they're not going to think twice even if they're held accountable. So Carlin, you don't think that they'll be thinking twice if they're doing 20 years? Their freedoms have been taken away? And she says, whites have the mentality of that's them, not me. Whites also have the mentality that that they own this country and that we're just
visiting.
Exactly.
Going back to the Good Shepherd. You know, the niggas have their money. You know what I'm saying? What do we have? We have the United States of America. Everyone else is just visiting, and that's it. And basically what they're saying is that your time is up. But and how are they doing it? They treat black people like, I won't even say animals, because I'm on Facebook. I see the way they treat these dogs on Facebook. You notice dogs don't live outside anymore. Dogs are in the house. I don't care how big the dog is and how small your house is. Dogs are in the house now. Dogs get treated better than black people. When Dr. Joyce DeGruy said that if she killed a puppy right now in front of everyone, how much stress and trauma that it would cause everyone, and people would lose their.
I got 2 words for you.
What?
Michael Vick. I'm proving your point.
Yeah.
Michael Vick.
They love animals.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Atlanta says that's true.
Excuse me. The reality of it is this: history is repeating itself all over again. I do not get excited when we have black elected officials. Wow. When Clarence Thomas came on the scene, he automatically drew criticism based on his relationship with Anita Hill. Remember that?
Yep. How could I forget?
Wasn't nobody clapping their hands when he became who he became? Wasn't nobody supporting him? They gave him hell from the jump. It didn't matter if he was black or brown. He was always considered to be a token. And keep this in mind, his wife is white. Now,
but how about? But I was getting ready to say it. But how about his wife?
Hold on. But now we have a black vice president whose husband is white. Yet she doesn't get the same scrutiny. What was you saying? His wife
how
did.
About Clarence Thomas's wife paid for the buses that a lot of the insurrectionists came in on.
She was protecting her best interest and her mindset.
And my thing is, as a black man, how is this okay with you? But like they say, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. If minorities left America, this country would burn to the ground in a matter of weeks.
It would be depleted.
But wait a minute. I don't know if I agree with that. Because the reason that it's somewhat burning now is because of the minority. So if we left, what would they have to fight about? What would they have to fight about? Because we are why they're fighting. They don't want us here. They're fighting because they're going to be the minority by 2025.
Okay, so
white folks feel like they're starting to lose power.
Okay, if if minorities left America, this country would, and I'm not going to take away her words because she said what she said. I would say this country would dissipate.
Okay,
know? I would say dissipate.
That I can see.
Right. You know, but I understand what she's saying as well.
Yeah.
And, you know, it would dissipate. It would literally burn down. We would have to do more than leave.
Well, what else would we have to do? How did you say his name? Jermaine?
Yeah, Jermaine.
What else what we have to do? Leaving's not enough. There's plenty for them to fight about. All of them don't like each other. Race is a constrict use control. Okay.
Yeah,
all right. This is why I asked the question. You know, I like to play devil's advocate. So I want to hear what y'all got to say. That's why I asked what I asked. Well, we know they can't do a lot because that's why they brought us over here, because they're lazy. We built this country.
No.
We helped. Built
on rock and roll.
We built the White House.
Rock and roll. You know?
Shut up. So it's just, I don't know. I kept listening to when the insurrection was happening, and they were like, "This isn't who we are. This is exactly who we are."
Why do we call it an insurrection? Excuse me. Why do they call it insurrection?
Because it was an attack against the government.
Elena, you're right. We invented
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Yep. Yep. You're right.
Why do they call it an insurrection? Call it what it is. Violence. Violence. Call it what it is. It's like when they came out with the word is harassment. They changed it to harassment. It's not harassment.
Tomato. I mean.
No, I mean, but what I'm saying is insurrection. No, it's violence. You know, it's organized violence. It's scripted.
And it was an inside job.
It's all active.
I said that from the beginning. It was an inside job. Okay, you knew she was going to define it for you. Learn to pronounce noun of violent uprising against an authority or government. So Carla says the stock market will crash because most of their money comes from us and our culture that they stole. Okay, baby girl. What's that?
PSYOP. I'm trying to tell you, this cat goes deep.
Okay, so what is it for those of us that don't know? Because I've never heard that word before.
He goes deep. I'm gonna let him explain it.
Jermaine, what's PSYOP? Educate those of us. You're right. It's all that they know is violence, and they don't handle. I'm in a dictionary just for his whatchamacallit.
He said, need the etymology of insurrection.
Okay, well, what is etymology?
It's where the actual word comes from. Case in point, to educate means to educo, to draw out, to extract, right?
Okay.
So I never call myself a teacher, right? Teach means to train. I educo, I draw out, I extract.
Hell, why you think they over here in America? Okay. Hold up. All right. I'm going to send you the link. Hold on 1 second.
Uh-oh. Chef Todd. Is Chef Todd former military?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
So I'm pretty sure he has some intel and some insight as well.
All right, I'm putting his thing in now.
Okay.
Spell it for me so I don't have to switch back over. I got what is it? I am what?
THE.
I got that part.
IMAG. I'm sorry. IMAJ. EN. Group. GROUP at gmail.com.
Okay. Tell him I just sent it, Jermaine. So when you get it, hit the link and then I'll let you in. So what were we talking about? I forgot.
I'm sending you a text as well, Nikki.
Okay. What were we talking about? I forgot because I got excited that he said he coming on.
Everything. I'm waiting to hear from Chef Todd on this. We were talking about PSYOP. Jermaine talking about need the etymology of insurrection. No.
Why don't you ask if Chef Todd was in the military?
I'm pretty sure he will understand PSYOP.
Mm-hmm.
So while we're doing this, I'm going to go to the etymological dictionary. I just ordered one for Leslie the other day. It came in, so I need to pick it up.
So Carlin says, we literally taught white people how to bathe because they thought as long as their undergarments were clean, they were. Then they gentrified it.
Mm-hmm. That's your daughter?
That's my 21-year-old. Mm-hmm.
Little conscious little sister.
That she is. That she is.
The insurrection etymology, an uprising against civil authority, disturbance.
Okay, I get it now. I got your text. I got you. Okay.
Action arising from deaths or the grave, resurrection. Ooh, insurrection. Okay.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
From the Latin, a withdrawal, separation, having to do with political.
We getting educated today, y'all. But that's why we do this. To educate, to have dialogue, and to inform. You know, I learned from Les, and I like learning. I learned from you all. I like your input. I like how you guys think. I like your comments. So keep them coming.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you guys go back and forth with each other as well. So
Yeah. I would like to get. I mean, we have. I think everyone that chimes in, brings some serious thought to our conversations.
mm-hmm.
It would be good, especially looking at some of the comments. And we don't. I don't know. We don't have the normal people that we normally have, which is a bummer. But to have Elena and Jermaine in a dialogue would be excellent as well, because I know both of them. You know,
It's
psyop
all about.
operation is all about putting out information or misinformation to dictate the next moves or one's thinking, etc. hmm Different than propaganda. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
Basically chess. You're right. Basically chess, and that's all it is. And if you understand the game of chess, oh, okay, Elena, propaganda, right on time. You know, if you understand the game of chess, and I'm not a pro, okay, so I'm not going to speak from that perspective. But what I've learned in the last 2 to 3 months is that you know just being involved in the game, you evolve. Because I've been playing my cousin's husband, Richard, and he's been kicking my butt. I mean, like I said, we're playing online, and the chess.com, and it came to me when I went to challenge him. It said, Les, you're no match for him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it didn't say it just like that, but you're no match. So just by playing him and playing him and playing him and losing and losing and losing, when I played my niece who was kicking my butt the other day, I hit her with some strategy that blew her out the water. So while we're playing checkers, they're playing chess. And we need to. Not
Not propaganda at all. Propaganda is an extension of it to reinforce. Okay.
okay.
I like that. I like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Where's
Propaganda.
Jermaine at? He said he wanted to come in.
Can he come in off of a cell phone?
Yeah, as long as he clicks the link, because remember when we had Cirillo on, he was on his cell phone.
Okay.
Yeah. He just has to click the link and follow the things, and then I can bring him into the studio.
Yeah. Propaganda. Okay. Propaganda.
Go ahead.
I told you so actions. Okay.
Okay. I learned something new today. Thank you. I like learning new stuff. So, for those that are on, what do you all want to see? What is one thing from this new administration that you would like to see happen? It could be small, it could be large. I just want to know what you guys would like to see happen.
Elena said, Example, the insurrection.
Example of what? Propaganda?
I think propaganda. Also, for those who, exactly. Okay.
Okay, got you.
Okay. For those, I think I put out a challenge earlier for the first one that could, hit us up and let us know what a Vegemite sandwich was.
Oh, okay. So if you're out there, we're gonna have a giveaway. If you
Black spasm buttons, pins.
right, 2 black spasm buttons. If you can define what is it, a Vegemite sandwich?
Vegemite, yes, Vegemite.
Vegemite sandwich. I want my stimulus in the next 3 to 5 business hours. You know what, girl? Okay, here we go.
Can y'all hear me? What's going on? What's happening? Yeah, listen, bear with me. I just got in from the outside, man, doing shopping.
Okay, thank you for joining us.
So I'm putting stuff up and I'm talking to y'all.
Okay.
All right, can y'all hear me? Can you see me? Can you see what? Can you see me now? How y'all doing?
Here we are. That's perfect, right there.
You see me? Hold on, I'll get it good. Hold on, I'll get it better. There we go.
There you go.
Why my camera looking funny, man? What's good? Hey, man, what's going on, family? How are y'all?
You doing well?
Good. Good.
My camera's doing some funny stuff here. I don't know why my camera's doing this. I gotta stand to the side.
Okay.
How are y'all?
We're doing well.
Good.
Good. What's going on? You get to look up the word?
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, we got the definition. Mm-hmm. He froze.
You see me standing to the side, right? I'm trying to make it work.
Okay, you're good. Just talk. So yeah.
For everybody don't know me, Jermaine Randolph. I'm from the Bronx. Me and Leslie had linked a little while ago through his book Black Spasms. We've been having some great conversations ever since.
Awesome.
All right. Hey, Jermaine.
Oh, his phone's freezing.
Okay. So did anyone hit us with a Vegemite sandwich is?
Yeah. All right, guys. What's a Vegemite? Okay, so Chef Side says
He said.
Vegemite is an Australian equivalent of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Right. But what is it? What does it consist of? We're gonna send those to you anyway. But what does it consist of?
So Todd, what does a Vegemite sandwich consist of?
Hey, Jermaine,
And we'll get those the buttons out to you.
Jermaine, you back?
Yeah, here I am.
All right.
Okay.
You want to drop some science, man?
What was he going into? Did you get to look up insurrection?
We did insurrection and we did PSYOP.
Because he on his phone.
Yeah, it's my phone. It's my area. It's the area I'm at.
Okay.
Okay. She said brewer's yeast. Is that what's in a Vegemite sandwich? Brewer's yeast?
There's some other stuff, but yeah. Elena, you already got 2 buttons, but I'll send you good. We should. Jermaine, you gotta say, man. We talking about we got Chef Todd. I think he's for military. Yeast and vitamins. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm not 100. He's for.
Yeah, he's prior military. Because he talked about PTSD and stuff before.
Right. So
Good.
So can you give how you feel about what's going on with this election and about does he have about 2 to 3 minutes to share some things, Nick?
He has as much time as he wants.
Jermaine, do what you do, man.
All right. Where do we start? We start from today going backwards. Like, how do we go?
Go for it.
Today was interesting. I'll tell you why. But besides the besides the military presence, like that they was letting people know about, there was a whole bunch of other different things going on. For one, the White House didn't have a flag flying. So if you understand and know, so if you understand and know kind of, the system that we run under, we run by the law of the sea. So when there's no flag at the helm, that represents that there's nobody at the helm. There's nobody leading the country.
Okay.
Yeah, so all that talk of transfer of power stuff, that's what it was. It was just talk. Because everything, they live by symbolism. They're just as violent, but they're just as, loyal to symbolism. So everything means something. So even though it may not seem something big to our culture, it's something major in theirs. So a flag not flying at the White House is major. The second thing is that the speech they was using today, the talk, if you look at everything today, how they were speaking at the inauguration, they was using the United States, not the United States of America. It's a big difference. Very big difference.
What's the
Yeah,
difference?
you know, the difference is just from a jurisdiction standpoint, you know, because if you understand and know, you know, the United States of America is basically a corporation. It's actually incorporated as that name. So it's USA Inc. So hence the use of the term USA, you know, saying United States of America. So when they're saying United States, there's a reason behind that, you know, and it's really about connecting the dots and figuring out what do they mean by that. You know, if you go to some of their government websites right now, they don't have Biden down as the president. They're talking about a whole bunch of different things, which, you know, today was a big day. It was inauguration. So, of course, if you go to any governmental website, it's supposed to say President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. I seen one site, and I've been to like about 4 or 5. So there's something, you understand? Like it's something behind that. I couldn't sit here and speculate. I mean, actually, I could speculate, but, you know, that's not my job. What I will do is give you just a perspective that means something. You know, that means something major and stuff like that. When something is deemed as nobody's at the helm, dealing with any country, you know, or any union, you might say, because we are really a union, that turns into something where the military basically is in charge of everything. Hence why you have the military all through DC right now. And you actually have military at every major capital throughout America. There's people that was given signs that there was a whole line of like a whole fleet on what's that called? The Western Coast over there by LA. They saw like about 100 and 150 ships out. So these are not exercises. This is a show or something. This is a message. What it is that we're not accustomed to that type of language. And that's the type of language we got to figure out. Like everything they do has some type of message to it. It infers something. The whole thing that happened at the Capitol, you understand, on what was that, January 6th, that was a message. That was something going out. Now, you know, it's easy to sit here and go by what the media says, what the media sitting here and saying, hey, listen, you know, that was Trump supporters or whatever. But then why wasn't we able to see any type of video footage from any of the supporters? Like, you know, these guys are, if you're going with the fact that these guys are wild, they're crazy, they're not too smart, this is the age where we live at where they like to show stuff. So if I'm doing something, I'm doing for a cause, I'm going to show it. I'm going to film it. I'm going to tape it. I'm going to stream it. You go anywhere, you can't see any streams of that day. The only streams you can get is anything that came from CNN and from the major medias. Why is that? It's a pretty good chance that I didn't make it out to Ferguson, but I was out in Baltimore when they was doing the uprisings out there. And I know that they was using certain type of machinery in order to block our signals. Same thing they was doing in Ferguson. The same thing they did at the Capitol. So why would you do that? Why would you block the signals going out? If anything, you would want people to incriminate themselves. It would have been easy to find these people that was doing all these different things, right? All you had to do is just find their IP address. So why would you stop that? Unless you wanted to stop that. Unless you wanted that only certain images to go out because you wanted those images to go out. You didn't want any images to go out that wasn't under your sanction. There's a reason for that. Remember, they play from a place of control. Though they are wild and violent and stuff like that, when it comes down to a cause, it's still about control. They want to control something. What do they want to control? Do they want to control how we view it, how we see it, how we respond to it? That's usually the case. That's why the media is what the media is. So what I'm saying is that nobody really has a wrong perspective on what's going on and what happens. All I said is that you got to take a look at other perspectives to see what truly is. You understand? And kind of put it on the table and then kind of weigh them and see which one makes it through the mill. Well, I know we're in a different place. What we was before this inauguration, we're in a different place after this inauguration. We're in a much different place. And then what we got to understand is what place is that? You know, if it was a trade-off, if you believe that Trump was X, Y, and Z, that he was so bad for us or whatever the case may be, you know, we can have a discussion about that. But what I'm saying is if you traded him in for somebody else, at least you had him for 4 years and you knew what he was rocking with. You don't know what these two are rocking with. You don't know where they're going with it. You understand? As y'all was just saying earlier, you know, all folk, they've been trying to lie to us and fool us into believing that the boogeyman is just one color. And that's, hold on one second, people. Somebody's trying to call me while we talking business. So yeah, so these are important things. These are things that we should look at. You know, we always got to look at the whole table. You know, I heard Leslie talking about chess. This is a chess game. Funny thing about this is that it's chess on the clock. So since we're on the clock, we got to really take a look and survey the board and look at everything. It can't be just what we see. There's nothing presented to us in one manner, and that's it. Everything is esoteric. There's no way that we're dealing with one layer in our lifetime. There's no way. There's way more layers to it. You understand? And they're playing the long game. They'll make you think. The enemy will make you feel like we're just dealing with what's in front of us, but there's something way behind it. There's something much more at stake. And because a lot of people get caught up in their emotions and they match the emotions with their own emotions, we can't think from a practical standpoint. We don't think pragmatically. We don't deduct things. We don't critically think. And this is mostly our downfall. And when I say us, I'm just talking about the have-nots. I'm not talking about as in it's just a color thing. I'm just the people that don't have, the people that's not at that level, that's within those rooms, that has that type of blood, that's been weaned to grow up the ladder and live a certain way, to keep their people above and other people down. So it's just something to look at. It's something to look at. But what y'all are having a discussion that like this, seriously, you know?
What was that last
My
part?
2 minutes, 3 minutes is up.
What was that last part
Say it
you said
again?
about discussion? What was that last part you said about discussion? You said you broke up.
Hold on. You're real low right now. Hold on 1 second. All right, say it one more time, please.
I said the last part that you said about discussion. I said you broke up. What did you say?
Oh, I said the discussion that y'all are having right now is a discussion that needs to be had throughout. Like it doesn't need to be what happened today and what's happening today and what has been happening is something that needs to be discussed in the circles. We need to skip over. We need to be like, it might be a sports talk podcast that need to be on hold right now. We need to be talking about this. The fashion podcast that need to be on pause. We need to be talking about this. Because there's a lot of people that have some very good information to pass on, but the way society is going right now, we frown upon people that have something else to add that may not coincide with how we view things.
Okay.
Or fit that narrative. Jermaine, you just broke.
What we're doing is we're policing ourselves. We're suppressing ourselves. We went out for a
And that's
second.
why
What Les was just talking about, what Leslie was just talking about, the whole education thing, about Educo and about teaching that you can't teach. You shouldn't want to be deemed a teacher. You understand? What you want to do is provide people information and let them take that information and place it somewhere, put it to use, to turn it into knowledge. You know, when you've been under so much control for most of your life, when your mother and your parents have been under control, when your grandparents have been in control, this is all they know to pass on. So it's come to a point right now where we got to sit here and be like, it's not about control. It's like, yo, listen, I want you to live your free will. So I'm going to provide you some information. I have a perspective about it. Give me your perspective about it. How do you see it? How do you view it? And don't get caught up in wanting to be right. We so caught up in wanting to be right as opposed to being righteous. You understand? Let them keep that right and wrong stuff. Let them keep all that. It's not about that. You understand? That's BS. Let's get to a solution. Let's get to resolving and remedy things. And figuring things out. You understand? And stop acting like this information is not free. It's free. Let's pass it on and see. Let me pass it over to you and see what you got with it. You understand what I'm saying? So you could pass it on to somebody else. Let them build on it and go from there. We got to stop minimizing things. It's one of our biggest problems. We're minimizing things. We should not minimize things. It's major. It's major. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you go today, you go to the store and the milk costs $2.50. And you go the next day and the milk costs $2.75. That's major. You understand? That's major. Don't minimize that. There's something behind that. You understand? Because anytime their goal might be to get you to $5, but they just gonna nickel and dime you 25 here. This is what they do with the New York City token fare. 25 cent here, 15 cent here. Oh, we need this here. Here's 50 cent here. Before you know it, we went from 25 cents to get on the bus all the way to $2.75. That's how you do it. The same thing is with information when you're trying to control people. You give them a little bit, let them bite, let them morsel. You understand? Let them go from it. Let us trick you into believing that this guy here is the real problem. The real problem. You understand? So make it where, as in, you get rid of him. You do what you do. We'll do our part though. We'll do our part to get rid of this guy, but we want you to be adamant about getting rid of this guy. And when I say that, I'm really speaking about Trump. You understand the different things, which like I said, that's another conversation. Oh, Leslie, you know what I meant to tell you when we didn't get to talk the other day? You know, in the 4 years that Trump was in office, 1 million people were released from prison. Bet you people didn't know that though.
No,
Yeah. Yeah, I know people didn't know because they can't sell that narrative. If I'm going to make him a bad guy, I can't give you more stuff to get rid of him. You understand? I can't do that. You know, and actually between the time of Obama's presidency, his 8 years, him and Biden, you know how many people were released from jail?
I mean,
90,000 people. So you explain that to me. You understand? You explain that to me. These are the things.
Remember, if
he had a pardon list of 100 people. He pardoned 173 people. Now, don't get me wrong. Most of the people came out, their color was not of ours. But a lot of people that was in that list were ours. A lot of people. Yeah. So at the end of the day, like I was saying the other day with my peoples, we speak about Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. You got to talk about the bad and the good. That doesn't take away from his legacy. Actually, it reaffirms the legacy. Because that means he came from here to there. That's why Malcolm never had a problem. El Hajj never had a problem talking about when he was Malcolm Little, when he was red. He had no problems talking about it. He used to love talking about it. Because at the end of the day, you get to see the leaps and bounds he made. With Martin, we always try to hide it. Why hide it? If he was a philanderer, let him be a philanderer. You understand? If he was doing some funny stuff, if he liked white women, let's talk about it.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, his actions were far greater than any other flaw he had. And he stepped back and said, I was wrong for bringing my people. When he said, yo, listen, I think I brought my people into a burning building. He took that. He ate that. He told us accountability on that, right? He told us accountability. So why not talk about that? So at the end of the day, when I say, if you talk about Trump, you talk about anybody. You can talk about the bad, but talk about the good he did too. Because there's a lot of good he did at the time he was here. You understand? And though people may find fault in different things that he did, there's still a lot of things that added to and that opened up the lane to something else. And he was unapologetic about it. He was unapologetic about it, which I have to admire, I have to respect. If nothing else, I gotta respect. He was unapologetic about what he felt and what he spoke about. You understand? And everything he did, everything he did was, hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second.
You know, when remember when right before the crucifixion of Jesus, right? And Pontius Pilate was communicating. He said, you know, he left it up to the people. You know, you can either have Barabbas or you can have Jesus. You know, and even Pontius Pilate said to him, you know, I wash my hands of this. I have nothing to do with this. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a pretty interesting, interesting perspective that Jermaine is coming from. I want to hear what Chef Todd has to say about that. Can you go back and run some of the comments? I think starting with your daughter, where you said to your daughter, I have one for you. Right after
that was she was like, hand me my button, please.
No problem. No problem.
So she says Biden and Harris are puppets for the family.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know about the family, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chef Todd props. That's why, right? PsyOps. Yes, signals blocking Baltimore, alternate stories, and curated images. Chef Todd said, all the above. Seen it firsthand, Chef Todd.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Question everything.
Everything.
Yep.
Why? And we killed that, in a kid's spirit at an early age. Why? Because we would get smacked in our mouth for saying why. You know, why is one thing, what is something else?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then Elena says we have to buy into our own oppression.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ty says, told y'all, PsyOps.
Yeah.
Hey, cuz. But Trump is a racist game over and the son of the Klansman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, to piggyback off of what Jermaine was saying when he talked about if milk is $2 and then it's $2.25. That's one thing that I always question, because I buy the same things over and over and over again. So I know what the prices are. And when I go in and something is $4 and then I come back 2 days later and it's $4.75, it's just like, come on, man. So I mean, it's nothing really I can do about it. And in the grocery store, especially if I'm at a grocery store that's cheaper than like a Giant or a Trader Joe's or anything like that. So I agree. And the other thing is, I would say what he was describing is distraction. Pay attention to this, because I'm doing this, behind the scenes. And we get caught up and so emotional about the distraction that we don't see what the real issue is going on behind the curtain.
Right. And that's why it's hard for serious folks to get caught up in the pearls and the Chuck Taylors. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just a distraction. And they give us what what they think is appealing to us. So if you want to, and black people, we were always the seers, the wise ones, the foretellers, the prophets. If you can get them, you got everybody. Because when black people stop seeing things, it's a wrap. It's dead in the water. Oh, my knee hurts. You know what I'm saying? Or my palm is itching. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's talking about me. My ears are burning. You know what I'm saying?
Trump was the ringmaster at the circus.
Yeah.
I mean, this is interesting. So I got a question for those y'all that are still on. Would you want to live in any other country besides the U.S.? And if so, what country is that?
Well, you never know when you'll need somebody help. You never know. Interesting. But yeah, that's all. I said my fill, man. Like I'm digging this whole podcast thing right here, Les. Thank you for inviting me. And say your name again. I did not get your name.
Oh, Nikki.
Nikki?
Yep.
All right, Nikki. Good to meet you.
Before
Definitely. But I appreciate y'all having me on.
Before you go, close out with something that what we need, because the be forewarned is the be forearmed, right? So if
I knew you was gonna tell me. Oh man, I got a million thoughts that runs through my mind.
I understand.
What it is that
yeah, you can stay as long as you want.
You know what it is. Nah, yeah. I really don't want to, but you don't pack it. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. And you know what? I want to give my time. So the next time we get on, I want to give my time, because I want to be in a mix. Like I'm just flying off the handle off the little bits that y'all spoke on. So I want to really give the whole conversation its due. Okay. But I'll say this, is that everybody's input is valuable, and though not how zany and how crazy it may sound, how am I off base? They may not even be on the same planet in the conversation, but there's a reason, there's a purpose behind everything, and we shouldn't shun anything. We should take it in. We should at least give it one run through the mill, because you never know where it could take you. You never know. There's nobody more important than anybody else. We're all important. We're all just as valuable, a piece to the whole puzzle as anybody else. You understand? What we do to devalue ourselves is when we start shutting things off, when we start cutting people off, when we start saying, yo, that sounds crazy. Or we stop giving people the benefit of the doubt and saying, oh yeah, well, this is not for you or whatever. You understand? There's a famous jazz musician from I forgot the part in Africa. Forgive me on that. But his name was Masekela. Masekela, and he says, and I tell you all the time, Leslie, that we are poor imitations of our oppressor. That's a profound statement. And why it's profound is because it's something in which you should really take inventory of and step back and say, what in that statement, how am I connected to that statement, and how can I fix that? Because it needs to be fixed. It really does. The greatest gift that you can give to a person is the gift of allowing them to be essentially and authentically themselves. You know, because that's the only way you could truly get to where you at and understand how much you need to grow and what you need to plug in the parts. But if we're walking around and we're faking the funk, or like how the young kids say, we're capping, you understand? How do you truly find out what level you at and what you need in order to go up the levels? So before you know it, we're faking the funk with our kids, we're faking the funk with our friends, with our family, with our mate. And essentially, we're faking the funk with ourselves. So now when somebody starts to speak the truth and says, hey, listen, you need to be more responsible, or you need to hold yourself accountable, they seem like the devil. They seem like the bad guy. You know? That's why I don't have no problem, because I'm not here to appease anybody. I'm here to grow. And if I can tell you something, if I can remind you something yourself that can help you grow, then I did my part. It doesn't matter how you respond to it, how you react to it. If I give you information, it can help you. You understand? You don't take that information, do something with it, that's your karma. Yeah, I don't want no parts of that. I did my part. I gave you what you needed. And that's it, man. That's it. Accountability is big, man. And we've had in all our icons, we've all had very great examples of accountability. But those are the parts, those are aspects of them we don't talk about. And we need to talk about them more. Good looking, y'all. I appreciate the time. Thanks for everybody listening in.
Hey, I got one more.
All right.
I got one more question. Did
Go
you
ahead.
get a chance to watch Soul?
Say it one more time.
Did you get a chance to watch the movie Soul?
Nah, of course. Of course, my friend. I didn't get through it yet. I won't even lie to you. And I need to.
Okay.
But you know, I didn't speak to you.
I want while you watching movies, I want you to watch American Skin, because I really want to get your take on that.
Yeah, no, I've been hearing about it. That's Nate. That's Nate Parker, right?
Nate Parker, yes.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second, yo. Yeah, no, Nate Parker. Nate Parker
and Spike
Yeah, you can
Lee.
leave it right there. All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, American Skin. What is it being? Is it on Netflix?
No, it's on Prime and YouTube. It's $6.99, but it's worth every dime.
Nah, it's cool. Yeah, you know, it's enough. That's good.
Yeah.
No, American Skin. Yeah, and you know what? They've been shuffling it under a bunch of other different things they're putting out there. And I know there's a reason for that. So yeah, I definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
I definitely want to see that.
Yeah, I'm
Appreciate
hoping
that.
that we can watch it by next week so we can talk about it, because it needs to be talked about. It needs to be broken down and really talked about. Oh yeah. I don't know. Did you see the clip that I played earlier from the movie?
I came in right at the end. When I spoke to Leslie, I came in right at the end.
Okay.
I came in right at the end. It was something that was he sitting down? He was talking.
He was sitting down talking.
Who was that was speaking?
That was his wife. That was his wife that he was talking to via FaceTime.
Oh, okay.
And she wanted him to stop what he was doing.
That's the one with the son that got killed.
Yes.
Is that the movie with the son that got killed?
By the police officer, yes.
Got you.
Yep. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you get a chance to watch it, I definitely want to talk about that next week with you and Les.
That's two things. I gotta watch Soul and I gotta watch that. I gotta get on it so we can get on it next week. I'm with
it. You got
7 days, bro. There's a song.
Yo, you don't know how my 7 days be. Listen. I already got scolded today that I don't give people enough time. I said it's only 24 hours in a day and it's only one of me. Right? I said, yo, listen. I know I'm a big guy, but I can't spread it out thin that much. Come on, give me a chance. Give me a chance, man. Give me a chance. I appreciate y'all. You don't even know. Let's know. Conversation like this make my day. I like this. Just the camaraderie and us talking about things, because it needs to be talked about more.
We here every Wednesday at 4:00.
Wednesday at 4:00?
Every
Say
Wednesday.
no more. I appreciate it. Thank you, y'all.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right,
thank you for your input.
You well, y'all.
All right. Welcome. All right. Thank you.
Thank
you.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I can't
definitely
wait
for him to come back on. Yep.
I can't wait to get Elena on next.
Yeah. How come you ain't been on, Chicka D? You got her email address, right? All I gotta do is send her the link.
Yeah, but I want to make sure she's in position.
Elena, we want to have you on, dear. I know you're still watching. You know it's a delay. So we want to have you on, Elena. We want to have guests on. So if you ever want to be on the show, we can have up to 10 people on the show.
We could have got everybody on the show. We could have got your daughter, Chef Todd. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen.
Cousin.
If you're watching and you want to be on next week, sis. She said, I'm actually working, but let me know when I'm down. Next week, Elena, want you on next week.
I want to get Chef Todd. I want to get his perspective on what Jermaine had to say. You know, I was reading some of the comments. He
right. Chef Todd, you still on?
Yeah, I want to.
Let us know.
Yeah, I want to hear him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I definitely want to hear what he had to say, because he seemed like he was in line with Jermaine. Like he really was understanding. Now that thing about the flag, I did not know that. I didn't know that at all. So my daughter's gone. But yeah, Chef Todd, if you still on, let us know.
Yeah, we need to get some pens out to Chef Todd. Who else? And your daughter, of course. Elena has some, but we're gonna have to get her something else. Some essential oil or something from the oil. I was talking
to some Black Spasms related scent.
I was talking to this cat yesterday in Baltimore. He does incense. I'm like, yo, man, can you create a Black Spasms incense so when you come home from catching hell, you can burn that incense and get that white supremacy off of you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think this is a good place to end the show. That was really, really mind opening with Jermaine. That was really cool. I definitely enjoyed that. He's definitely a woke brother, as they like to say.
Yeah, I hear you.
And I agree with a lot of what he said. And I look at it like planting a seed. All I can do is plant it. It's up to you to water it, nurture it, so that it can grow.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at things. You can only drop the knowledge. After that, if the person, it's up to that person to do something with it. You can't force people to do stuff. So, nope. So, Elena, next week, you good with that?
Maybe we'll give her a certain time to come in. You know what I'm saying? Because we start at 4. If she's still at work, maybe we can give her a certain time to come in.
Okay, I just need her email address, so whenever she's ready to come in, right, she can just go ahead and pop in.
Do you have Chef Todd's email address so we can send him his or well, you know what? Can you? Well, all right, we'll send.
I'll just DM him.
Yeah.
She said she's down. Okay. Elena, can you DM me your email address, and next week I'll send you the link, and then whenever you're ready, you just pop on. I guess Chef Todd is gone. What you need from him? His address?
Yeah, I just want to make sure he gets what he gets.
Okay, I'll DM him and have him send me the address, and then I'll go ahead and send it to you.
Okay.
But yeah, I really, really, really want to talk about American Skin.
And I'll watch, but before I want to leave without talking about what a Vegemite is and why I brought it up. A Vegemite is a thick black salty spread made from leftover brewer's yeast. The yeast is combined with salt, malt extract, the B vitamins thiamine, niacin, riboflavin, and folate, as well as vegetable extract, giving Vegemite the unique flavor that Australians love so much. So, when I was making a reference to Vegemite, it's like, look, they're giving us, like the bottom of the barrel on certain things.
Okay, yeah, because my daughter said that it's thick and dark in color.
Yeah, because when I made that reference in terms of Kamala Harris, is that when they were going through the debate, she was getting her butt kicked. You know what I'm saying? She really didn't make any sense at all. And then to go from, being last to now being damn near first, but second as the VP is like, now you are appeasing us. As we said yesterday, I mean, would you rather have a lying vegetarian or a truth-telling pork eater? You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, I don't eat meat, so you know, do I want to hang out with a pork eater that tells the truth? You know what I'm saying? Oh
It
shit!
is legalized maggots as a food. That's just nasty. That's just nasty.
That's some WYPIPO shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on now,
Ew.
maggots.
I mean, in other countries, certain things are
But
delicacies. Like, I mean, hell, in certain parts of the country, they freaking fry up tarantulas, put them on a stick, and it's a delicacy.
would you eat a
Ew.
tarantula or a maggot first?
I'm not eating any insect, any arachnid, none of that.
You eat insects and don't even know it. When's the last time you had a strawberry?
Mm.
Okay. Do you soak your strawberries in vinegar or salt?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So maybe.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm a baker, so you know.
Okay.
And when you clean them in vinegar, it helps preserve them, and it
Yeah.
kills bacteria and all that stuff that's on there. Oh, I scrub my vegetables, my produce. I scrub my produce because I know there's sticky stuff on it.
What's the name of your business again?
Soft and Sticky Sweets by Nikki. Shut up, Les.
I was just trying to get you some business from a sexual perspective. If you can have people who eat your cakes butt naked, you know what I'm saying? Soft and sweet, skeet. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know where you get that from.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That would cure erectile dysfunction and everything. You know what I'm saying? Eat some of this sweet sticky from Nikki. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness.
I catch all kinds of flack for my business name from men. Women are like, "Oh, that's cute." Men just freaking lose their mind when they hear the name. They're like, "Oh, really?" Get your head out together. That's all I got to say.
Hey, as long as they spending their money, right? You know what I'm saying?
I will say that next week, y'all, we will be talking about American Skin. Les, I need you to watch it.
All right.
When I watched it, I think I told you I immediately thought about my boyfriend. I'm gonna watch it with him, but I thought about you because I know how controversial you are and how you like controversial topics, and just wow, just wow. It's from different perspectives in the movie, which is how I like it. It's not just from Nate Parker's perspective. It's from the police officer's perspective and other people. And it was just really, really interesting to hear. It was very well written. I just, man, listen, that's probably going to be one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
Definitely. So if you guys get a chance, watch American Skin. Pay the $7 to watch it. It is definitely worth every penny. It's on Amazon Prime and it's on YouTube.
Okay.
So you got a Fire Stick. Just tell Alexa to play American Skin and you good. And you good. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. This was a great show.
Thank you, Jermaine.
Great show. Thank you, Jermaine, for joining us.
Kyle,
Elena, looking forward to you being a part of the show next week.
Yeah.
Kyle, not sure if you watching, but if you want to get on, let me know. I'll email you the link. But yeah, we can have up to 10 people on the show.
All right. Hey, share this with your friends. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely. Share it. I mean, it's on YouTube. You can share the YouTube video if they're not on Facebook. So definitely. Well, we're gonna get out of here. We want to thank you guys as always for supporting us, for hanging with us, for your thoughts, comments, your insight, all of that good stuff. I learned some things today. Hopefully you guys learned some things. So we'll do this next week, same black channel, same black time.
Same black people.
Exactly.
All right.
You know what we didn't do today?
What? Book pairing?
No.
What? Oh, 1, 2, 3. It's all about the money. Damn thing fun. You gotta have fun in this land of milk and honey. And on that note, folks, we out. Peace.
See y'all next week.